The fact that we are here means we struggled with hardships. But at the same time, hardship also struggled to bring us down. And it tried a lot of times, but it never did. I was tasked with delivering a response on behalf of all the graduates, but I cannot speak for all 25 of us. Instead, I would like to share at least 1/25 of it. For me, my reality was shaped by a family trying to make ends meet. My father is a tricycle driver. My mother is an OFW. Sometimes she has to sell soap online as a sideline. Even if these circumstances would have warranted a different choice, I took a leap of faith and applied to WIVSU College of Law, the only application I ever made. I told God, I told the universe that if law school is not for me, then at least give me the gift of rejection so I could at least move on without regretting that I never tried. Well, I passed. Life tested me immediately. When my father found out, he tried to work in a construction site to help me, and he got into an accident and was hospitalized. When I got there, I stood in front of the hospital teller. The teller said I had to pay 7,000 pesos. At that moment, 7,000 pesos was all I had. And I needed 5,000 for a promissory note to enroll in West Visayas College of Law. I did not know what to do. I just stood there, eyes welling up with tears, thinking this was life telling me that I did not belong. I can pass the entrance exam, I can try to escape the circumstances that I was in, but dreams are for those who can afford it. And apparently at that time, I couldn't. Just when I was about to give in, to surrender, the hospital personnel saw my struggle, led me to the back, and after a few questions, they cleared the bill. I went straight to school and enrolled. I kept my faith that the universe will conspire for those who dream. Whatever it throws at you, just be sure to hold on long enough and pray that it will work out for you. But of course, I just entered law school, so the hard part is just about to start. When I was a first year, I worked as a teacher in Finma University of Iloilo. At the same time, I was a first-year law student, and I was also reviewing for my board exams. For another 2 years after, I kept working so that by fourth year, I have saved up enough to focus on studying. And today, I stand here delivering a speech in front of very honorable guests. And that is just 1/25 of the struggles of this batch. Batch Daguob, and of course, our friends. In our class, some of my classmates went through pregnancies, 2 pregnancies, a death of a family member, several deaths of several family members. However, these are not my stories to tell. What I can tell, however, on behalf of all these people who have been with me for 4 whole years in law school, is that we are grateful for all of our guests here. We are grateful for those of you who stood beside us while we were sabog, we were lutang, we were absent in family events, cannot be reached, or too anxious or sad to function as your friend, as your family, as your spouse, and as your child. For our guests who are here today, thank you. It was a hard journey for us, but it was also a hard journey for you. I would also like to extend my gratitude to my friends, to my law school besties, Tintin and Dezette, Revenge, and to my other friends, to Nanan, to Finma University of Iloilo CCJE Department, Ma'am Kabual, Prosecutor Feds, who always reminds me to see that I am in this room because I am brilliant enough to deserve to be in this room, and who has been a huge influence on my growth. Dean Pao, founding Dean Pauline, who has been constantly checking up on me and has been there literally for every step. Dean Ian, who has always supported us and our endeavors, always helped us come through, and to our entire faculty and staff, without whom we would still be who we were 4 years ago. Thank you, attorneys, judges. Of course, to my mother, whom I haven't seen in 8 years, so she went home just yesterday to attend my graduation today. To my father, who lost a finger in that accident. To my brother, my lola, for seeing this through with me. Dreams are expensive. That hasn't changed. If anything, though, what I learned the most and through the hard way in law school is that your hard work will never betray you. The universe always finds its way. Of course, most importantly, thank you, Attorney Lisa Araneta Marcos. Attorney, I never imagined I would ever meet you, let alone be taught by you personally for 4 whole years, where you have to fly from Manila to Iloilo for a class who keeps bolahing or trying to bola the class. Thank you so much, Attorney. For some of us, law school was a mere dream without all the support that you have dedicated to us. I would like to extend our sincerest gratitude on behalf of our class, Attorney, for all the support that you have shared with our institution. You will be sorely missed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to the West Visayas State University President, President Joselito Villaruz. Please. The Commission on Higher Education Chairperson, Shirley Agrupis. Vice President for Academic Affairs, Maria Asuncion Christine Dequilla. Legal Education Board Chairperson, Jason Barlis. West Visayas State University College of Law, Dean Ian Thomas Besana. I am now at the quandary how to introduce the next. Do I introduce you as the Professor Doctor, or do I introduce you as the First Lady, Luis Araneta Marcos? To our graduates, Batch Dakub, and their loved ones, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a good day to you all, especially to our 24 graduates and aspiring lawyers. Today, we gather to celebrate an achievement that you earned through years of hard work, discipline, and sacrifice. And perhaps there is no more fitting place for this occasion than Iloilo City, or what we fondly call the City of Love. There is meaning in that title, especially for those who have chosen the study and practice of law. For while the law demands firmness, rigor, and objectivity, justice must never lose sight of its humanity. It must always carry compassion, fairness, and respect for human dignity. The legal profession has always been part of my life. My father, President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., was a lawyer. My wife is also one, as you all know very well. She has had the privilege of teaching in your institution and guiding many of you through your legal education. In fact, I have heard enough stories about recitations, classroom debates, and examinations to know exactly how much hard work was required for you to be here today. And despite this alleged aversion to the Socratic method, you have clearly survived law school. My confidence in this graduating class is stronger than most because The First Lady believes in you. And as far as I'm concerned, if she believes in your capability, then I'm inclined to believe her, as most good husbands always do. Kidding aside, you are here because you continue to persevere, despite facing, I'm sure, many difficulties and challenges. You chose to endure with your sacrifices that you had to make, knowing that the profession that you seek carries a purpose greater than just personal ambition. And that perhaps is a true measure of a lawyer. Beyond intelligence or eloquence, it is character. And if character is a true measure of a lawyer, then it cannot be left to chance. It must be formed, nurtured, and demanded of those who serve. This administration recognizes that the strength of our justice system depends greatly on the quality of those who will serve within it. And that is why we continue to improve the field by investing in education and institutional reform. This year, we have allotted over 1.3 trillion pesos for the advancement of education, affirming our belief that the progress of our nation begins with the empowerment of its people. The completion of the new College of Law building of WVSU also reflects our commitment to investing in future generations of Filipino lawyers and public servants. Designed to support both academic excellence and practical training, the 4-story building houses 6 classrooms with a capacity of 40 students each, a dedicated review room, 2 moot courts, offices, and other essential facilities. And as we open the doors of this new facility, we also open greater opportunities for aspiring legal professionals to learn, to serve, and then to contribute to our nation. Dear graduates, our future lawyers, there is a beautiful quote coined by former President Ramon Magsaysay. He once stated that those who have less in life should have more in law. This is a reminder that your chosen profession carries a responsibility to ensure that the poor, the vulnerable, the marginalized, the disenfranchised are not left without protection simply because they lack wealth or influence or power. At a time when public trust in institutions is tested, responsibility becomes even more important. Your success will not be measured solely by the cases that you win or the positions that you will hold. It will be measured by the confidence that people place in you, by the fairness with which you exercise your profession, and by the integrity you demonstrate even when no one is watching. As you face a new chapter, I hope you will stay steadfast in the principles that brought you to this calling. Do not be swayed by fleeting opinions or the lure of convenience. So long as you remain anchored in integrity, fairness, and truth, you shall never lose your way. May you always choose principle over convenience, truth over falsehood, and service over self-interest. May you use your expertise to help build a nation worthy of the aspirations of our people. We cannot wait to see the day when the profession welcomes you as members of the Philippine Bar. In this endeavor, know that your families, your friends, professors, and the whole nation are rooting for you. Together, let us shape a bagong Pilipinas where the rule of law is respected, where justice is accessible, and where every Filipino is living with dignity and hope. To the graduates of West Visayas State University College of Law, once again, congratulations. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we invite the President and the First Lady to receive the plaque and token of appreciation. This will be presented by West Visayas State University President, Dr. Joselito F. Villaruz, and to be assisted by Dean Ian Thomas Bisana.